Now, in this class, we will discuss about Doppler effect and the derivation for the expression for Doppler frequency. Now, we know about Doppler effect. We have already discussed in the last class. That is the basic principle behind the working of MTI or movable target indicator radar is Doppler effect. And in that, we have discussed on Doppler effect. Now, in this session, we are just discussing about in detail about the derivation of Doppler frequency like that. Now, if a target is not stationary, definitely there will be a change in frequency of the signal that is transmitted from radar and that signal that is received by the radar. That effect is known as Doppler effect. Now, as per Doppler effect, there are two possible cases. That is, the first one is that the frequency of the received signal will increase when the target moves towards the direction of the radar. The second one is that the frequency of received signal will decrease when the target moves away from the radar. Now here is a derivation for the expression for Doppler frequency. Now we know that the distance between radar and a target is called range, about which we have discussed earlier in the earlier classes. Therefore, the total distance between radar and the target in a two-way communication path will be 2r. That means it is actually the distance covered by the signal to travel from the transmitter to the target and then back from the target to the receiver. So it will be 2r. Now, if lambda is one wavelength, then the number of wavelengths is n. That is, let n be the number of wavelengths present in the two-way communication path between radar and target, and let lambda be that wavelength. Then, that capital letter n will be equal to 2r lambda, 2r by lambda. Now, one wavelength actually corresponds to an angular excursion of 2 pi radian. So, total angle of excursion made by the electromagnetic wave during that two-way communication path between radar and target will be equal to 4 pi r by lambda. Now we know the expression for angular frequency omega is 2 pi f, that is equation 1. Now there is the mathematical relationship between angular frequency omega and phase angle phi is given by equation 2, that is omega angular frequency is equal to a rate of change of phase angle phi, that is d phi by dt. Now equate the RHS of equation 1 and 2. So we get it as 2 pi f equal to d phi by dt. From that you can find f as 1 by 2 pi d phi by dt. Let that be equation 3. Now in place of f in equation 3, you just substitute fd, where fd is the Doppler frequency, and in place of phase angle phi, you substitute 4 pi r by lambda. Then equation 3 will reduce to fd is equal to this expression. This can again be simplified to this, and finally we will reach at the expression of fd Doppler frequency as 2vr by lambda, where lambda is the wavelength and vr is the relative velocity, that is given by equation 4. Now we can find the value of Doppler frequency fd just by substituting the values of vr and lambda in equation 4. For that, you just substitute lambda as c by f in equation 4. Then fd will become 2vr by c by f. That implies fd is equal to 2vr vf by c, which is equation 5. F is the frequency of transmitted signal, c is the speed of velocity of light, 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Now we can find the value of Doppler frequency fd by substituting the values of vr, f and c in equation 5. So by substituting those values, we will get the value of Doppler frequency fd. Now here both equation 4 and 5 show the formula of Doppler frequency fd. Now we can use either equation 4 or equation 5 for finding Doppler frequency fd based on the given data. Okay, so that is how we derive the expression for Doppler frequency and how you calculate the value of Doppler frequency. That is, if you are given the values of VR and F, you can find the value of FT. Okay, thank you.